The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Hello. It is Tuesday, January 17th, 2023. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Jehuu Jehuu Caulcrick and Otis Wiley.
That's a different intro for Choo-Choo.
This is still Sparta. It's all three of us here. Otis was, you might have moved down the list a little bit, Otis, because you missed two not games, but shows. But you're back, and that's all that matters. We're moving forward now. Thank you guys for watching us live. Click the like and subscribe buttons. Please do that. And subscribe to all of our social media channels, and this is exactly how to do that. Thanks for tuning in to This is Sparta MSU. Interested in hearing more from us? Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. Click on the link in the bio to head to our link tree for more information. Help us grow our following by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Tell your friends and family to do the same. Have an idea for a future episode? Let us know in the comments section below. And now, back to the show. All right, fellas. So, we got a jam-packed show, but we're going to cover the fun that we had over the past weekend, guys. You guys remember what happened. We had a little hockey game and a basketball game for our listeners, our viewers, the people who follow the show. We had a sweepstakes, and there were two winners. One was Curtis and Otto Breeden for hockey.
Yeah, I came in late at the dinner, but hey, man, my guy Otto, had
with the air guitar.
Great game to be at, man, because Penn State's ranked number 5. Unbelievable season that we're having as Spartan Hockey. Coach Adam Nightingale doing a phenomenal job of developing the guys, but to go back-to-back overtimes and then you win in the shootout in that fashion, this is awesome, man. Otto had a blast, man. That's going to be memories that he's going to have for the rest of his life, and just to be a part of this show, but also being able to make these things happen has been great. So Choo-Choo did a great job. Stray did a great job of hosting too, man. But these guys had a ball, man, as you can see.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about a memory of a lifetime there. Otto got to witness a great game, and it was a great atmosphere in Munn. Coach Nightingale's really turned this program around, giving it some, that shot in the arm that it really needs. You got guys that are playing and making, the alums proud. Talk to a bunch of former players, former hockey players, and they're just so happy with the job that Coach Nightingale's doing with this team, getting them back in the contention. And now there's even an opportunity, now there's talks for an NCAA bid, coming up later when the season ends here. So great job. It was awesome to spend some time with Curtis and Otto. Hope they enjoyed it. And, shout out to all the people that, put their names in the hat for that. And, that's one of the things. Stay tuned, keep listening, because we do these things, and you could be next.
Absolutely, man. Our legendary host, his mic went down, man. So, I'm all about sudden change because when you guys fumble the ball and throw a pick, I got to go in there and try to get a 3 and out. So, yeah. In other news, man, I had a ball, man. Hockey is a sport that, we always kind of talk about comparing hockey and football, and I think you had a question to kind of challenge us on Saturday. It was like, is hockey more physical than football, or harder to play than football? I said I think so, because you got to be legit fast, speedy on the skates on the ice, and be physical at the same time. And so, Jehuu, I think what did you say about football versus hockey?
Hell no, it's not more physical. No, I'm never gonna say that. I'd say it's a very skilled game to be, moving at that fast on the ice and maneuvering your body in those ways and have that coordination, a hand-eye coordination, for the stick to the puck and everything like that. I'll give them that, that's the skill-wise, but is it more physical? No, it's not more physical. Like every single time in football, you're getting bang, bang, you're getting hit, you're getting click, clack, you're getting all these different things. So it's not more physical.
But we were talking about the dasher board and on the hockey rink, like the glass boards are getting smacked, against the glass, and you got a barrier. Like at least we got some out of bounds where you go, you land on some grass or some turf. But yeah, people are saying like wish they lived closer to participate in the ticket giveaway. No, we can work on people that are living outside of the states of the Great Mitten state, but we also had another opportunity to utilize a ticket giveaway, and one of our top subscribers but followers who is very vocal in the show and loving the show is our boy Steve Smith. We talked about our boy Steve Smith and Steve Smith Suite, hosted by our boy George Johnson, the legend. I don't know who had more fun, if it was Steve or your boy you brought into
Dougie Fresh. Yeah, he's hanging out with Kevin Vickerson right there. Look at him.
Yeah, man. But man, what we talked about, that game was electric, man. I think we selected two games where we couldn't put two best games put together. Ticket giveaways to go, and we also had a great opportunity to kick it with interim president Teresa Woodruff, and that's the first time I've had a good conversation with a president besides our Luann K. Simon back in the day, and so she's very active in coming in and making sure she's connecting with all of alums and key stakeholders at the university. But man, definitely a great thing, man. Talk about Tutu wasn't able to make it. He had duties as assigned with the job, so we kind of replaced each other. Where he had to do the job, I had to go do my job too. Stray held it down, at Jolly Pumpkin, where they're one of our proud partners. But Stray, talk about Steve and the interaction, the discussions, the questions. Talk about share some light to the Spartan fans watching, subscribers too.
I think both teams or games were great as far as the conversation that we had with Curtis and Otto. Little Otto was definitely a big time eater. He loved the pizza over at Jolly Pumpkin. He tore that up, like those cauliflower, which Choo-Choo doesn't really prefer. The fried cauliflower is something I'm telling you guys, you gotta
say, smack your mama good.
Smack your mama good. It definitely is.
When Stray first ordered it, right? He's like, "Oh, let's get these cauliflower." I was like, "Well, you've been on the West Coast, I'm on avocado and all that."
No, you talking about rabbit food? Hey, first of all, Choo-Choo, that is fire, and those Brussels sprouts. Those Brussels sprouts.
The Brussels sprouts too. Yeah, man.
If you're ever at Jolly Pumpkin, it
is fried, bro.
You gotta get the Brussels sprouts.
I get it.
but
for dinner tonight, we had cauliflower rice for dinner tonight. So
rice is different. Rice is different because I know you had some chicken or steak or something on it.
Fish.
Fish.
Oh, okay. Look at the healthy Caulcrick family. Love to hear it after the holidays. Going to the gym later on. I hear that. But but Steve Smith that was a great time. We had a fun time with him. He asked a lot of deep questions. He's very well knowledgeable. He talked about, if you're not listening to this show, something's got to be wrong with you, which was kind of warming to hear. But definitely a guy who takes Michigan State very seriously. He got his master's from Michigan State back in 2017, I believe, and there he is right there. Yo, Steve in the house, in sales, a Pfizer guy. Intelligent guy.
Tell Steve, still to ask Steve on air right now, man. Hey, why Pfizer ain't a partner right now, man?
That's what we gotta do.
What's
we
up?
gotta get Pfizer on board, baby. A little drop in the bucket for us. This is Sparta. We be wearing. Hey, you see how we wearing this swag right now? You see that? We gotta wear. You know, we got IHOP. That's our main people.
I need to get those Pfizer sales reps too.
Oh, there we go. Dang, boy.
Hey, I'm with Choo-Choo staff. Hey, with Choo-Choo Staffing Company.
We got to get them as a partner. Like, how about that? Let's talk that.
Where that?
Yeah. But no, I mean, it was a great time. And then we got a chance to hang out with other people, as you saw in the pictures there. Kevin Vickerson, who's been, obviously as a Spartan dog, played in the NFL for 10 plus years and is on the coaching staff right now. We're hoping and we're lobbying that he gets that job. He should. A lot of Spartan dogs did a video for Kevin to get that job, as he rightfully deserves. But as you said, though, Otis, having time to spend with the president and Barry Sanders. Did we see Barry in the suite?
Man, we saw Barry.
Hey, number 20. Now, I know we like to talk 21 on here. That was number 20, man. It's only one of those.
I ain't gonna lie. It's been a very few. It's been a very few people that you don't even know really what to say to legends, right? Like, I remember having to really prepare myself to talk to Ronnie Lott because I've been admiring him for so long. And Barry Sanders is one of those guys where you like, hey, man, like, I don't even know what to say. I just want to let you know I'm a Lions through and through. I say you one of my idols, man. I wish I could run it back like you, but clearly had to go and be a defensive back. That was all I said. Now, Doug, on the other hand, gonna talk about.
Let's talk about Doug's conversation with
Doug gonna talk about, hey. Do you remember or recall when a little young guy had to carry a gingerbread house to your car when you was at summer camp and training camp? And like Barry, I guarantee Barry's like, no, I don't remember. Also, Steve goes, when we're taking a picture, he goes, hey, man, make sure you get my bling in there.
Oh, yeah. Some of them Vickersons, them Vicks. That's what he called them.
Why you mad at me, man?
Yeah, because he didn't make it, man. He felt slighted. Choo-Choo didn't make it on MLK.
You know what? Like, this was a total random draw for the winners and everything. And I'm so glad that, Steve won because, he's a day one. With us, so I'm so glad that he won and had the opportunity to come and kick. And see, I apologize, I couldn't be there, but I'll make it up to you. I'll take you to Rick's,
which was on tap after the hockey game, by the way.
You would think Rick's is a partner too, man.
Oh man, we got to get you working for the right company.
We did go to the Graduate.
Yes,
shout out to Langston. For holding it down, taking care of us at the Graduate. If you're ever in East Lansing, you want a place to get a nice adult bevy, make sure you stop at the Rock Bar at the Graduate. Great view of the stadium too.
Oh, it's a beautiful view. Hey man, we had a great time there. There's pictures on the internet because you know how Jehuu goes out and he meets no strangers, and he started doing his thing, playing air guitar and dancing, and then we've got a crowd of people, and then he's like, hey, everybody, let's go to Rick's. And that's exactly what happened. I think there's some video somewhere. We're going to find it on the dark web, but that did happen. And no one in that group was under 45. But anyway.
I was under 45, thank you very much.
Just you. You and only you. And it was fine. It was all good in Rick's. But the game, we talked about, obviously it was an overtime thriller win in the hockey game against Penn State. It was a shootout. But then you look at the Michigan State game against number 3 Purdue, guys. That was a great game. Tyson Walker drops 30 out there. Just was money all day long, Otis.
Man, first of all, you couldn't help to feed this man the rock, man. And he was in his bag and in the zone. This is where you see the stats saying this is the first Spartan since Cassius Winston to drop 30. And I mean, just attacking. He knew what he wanted. He got whatever he needed. Anybody that switched on him to guard him couldn't handle him. I mean, he's everywhere. And shout out to also, AJ Hogger had a hell of a game too, man. And
yeah,
but you also think about who we were missing, is Malik Hall. And, I think the outcome is completely different if Malik Hall is on the court, because he's able to help out on defense, but also be that senior leader and controlling the narrative for us. But kudos to how we played and how we fought through based off of this terrible loss we had against Illinois on the road to come back. And the Breslin was rocking. It was electric. And so obviously we would love to have an upset win, but we played some great ball on it yesterday. So I'm happy we were able to witness that and have some of our fans and subscribers and family that are now family be there with us.
That's right. Now, there's better news out of the basketball building today when Tom Izzo spoke about Malik Hall's injury, and he said it looks like there is light at the end of the tunnel, when just a day ago, it seemed that it was pretty much shut. He was going to be shut down for the season. So, guys, that's a positive note that Malik Hall's season may not be over, just needs a little rest. Got that re-aggravated that stress fracture in his foot.
Yeah, and also I learned too that he still has a COVID year, so I think he will be taking that COVID year and coming back, which is, you heard it here first, but still there's got to be some more things going down throughout the season. But just to think about having him back with the class that we got coming in, I mean, we're set, from a standpoint. We're going to lose Ty Walker, but, the way AJ's playing, the way Jaden Akins is playing, we need some more from Pierre Brooks on a consistent night-to-night basis. But, we got some good things. And Cooper, Big Coop, man, he did what he could when he got out there, and Kohler hit a jumper. But our freshmen are getting great minutes and great time to be able to be prepared for next season.
Chew, I'm going to ask you a basketball question. Can you explain to me, in the world of basketball, how a 7'4", 300-pound center can play a full game and never foul?
There's two answers to that. One, he's not playing hard enough, or two, the official sucks. And I definitely blame it on the officiating. I think the past, even from the Michigan game, it was a sloppy officiating in the Michigan game. It was bad officiating in the Illinois game. And then, yesterday, terrible officiating in that game. I don't know what is going on and what's in the water, what they have against Michigan State or, Izzo, but they're not getting the calls that they deserve, especially playing at home. They're not getting anything. Look at
this right here. Look at Edie.
Right, and you want to say that's not a foul? That is a foul.
Yeah, it's a foul on Sissoko.
Right. But
look at this.
And this
how much time was on the shot clock when Ty had that floater? Because I feel like he could have brought it back out, but I'm not sure. I think it was down to the clock on the shot clock. He had him do the floater, but I honestly thought he was going to try to do an alley-oop too, Marty. But yeah, man, when your arm is connected with a 7'4" guy, I'm trying to get my arm out of there, and then you just chuck me down onto the ground. Right. I'm confused on why.
You snap his arm,
Yeah, but also it's true. But you also don't go to the board to figure out, is that a technical foul? Is that a over the top type of flagrant? I mean, so I think it's to the point of, like, even when we ended the game on a terrible pick and roll, touch foul just to get to the free throw line, like, that is man, that should have been a foul. And,
do you guys think the rep, like, I'm not saying they're cooking the books or anything like that, but Purdue's ranked third, they're the highest ranked Big Ten team. Do you think it's like, hey, let's make sure we have a high ranked Big Ten team going to get a top 4 seed in the tournament? What do you think?
Look, Katrina just said officiating sucks. Emphasis on sucks, which I agree.
Coaches and players can't say it, but we can. It was some bad calling out there, son. Like, it was like
this should be investigated,
bro. Unreal, man. And especially in your home court. I just don't understand how you don't get more. I mean, even if it's, you got to get more calls, man. Like, it's just ridiculous.
You got a coach like Izzo, and then you're playing at home. Automatically, the rest should be like, hey, we're going to let 1 or 2 go. just because of that. It's just like if you're playing football and you're on the road, you're at home, you automatically get 3 points in the spread. That should be similar.
This is true.
I think you're gonna like this joke, Choo. I think you like this joke. I think you need to go ahead and figure out a way to get a partnership with the referees to hire some people.
Staffing company
Facts.
for the
Facts.
for the refs.
All facts.
Everybody,
facts.
you need to be an official.
We need some better.
Yeah. There you go. Cal told you need to be an official, Choo. It sounds like people are all against officiating right now, all the way from college basketball to the NFL. People aren't happy with the way things are going, because if you talk about Vegas and what you just mentioned a second ago, Choo, where you said, is there a conspiracy? It's hard to not think that. The only way to really control it outside of some players point shaving, it's difficult to do it in a football game. But if you have the officials in your pocket, there's a lot of things you can do.
Exactly.
Because, you know what I mean? There's a foul, there's a holding, there's always something on every play. And
they were saying, man, please, Izzo, do not get a technical foul or get thrown out of here with the MLK Dr. King shirt. Do absolutely not. Do not. Absolutely
he was close
not.
a couple times.
Close, right?
Yeah.
And I saw the look. They're like, go back.
Now this is the best part. So when Izzo gets fired up and he's about to go charge, who's out there in the front in the middle? Absolutely. Steve-O is always in the front, like, all right, man, like, you're going to have to come through me first. I'll take the L. Dang, step back. You know what I mean? Like,
get back, Dad.
Since Otis, since you really appreciated my joke last time for Stray, so I got another one. I got another one for you, Stray. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Did you hear about the guy that evaporated?
No.
Yeah, he'll be missed.
I thought this was a knock-knock joke, but that is
it's better than knock-knock.
You like that one, O? You like that one?
That Britney Spears "Oops, I Did It Again" was like, I told that to the family too. I was like, they kind of crickets, but I was like, I thought it was funny.
Oops, I did it again. And guess what, guys? It's time for a message from our friends over at IHOP.
At IHOP, the $6 Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity combo is back. 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, and 2 fruit-topped pancakes. Only from IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every order. Dine in only. Limited time at participating locations. Prices may vary.
When you join IHOP's new rewards program, the International Bank of Pancakes, and start stacking pan coins toward free food, you get a smile on your plate. Download the app and join the rewards program today.
Well, it looks like old Jimbo down the road, man. He decided to go ahead and stay in Ann Arbor. Jim Harbaugh makes it official. He loves the relationships that he has at Michigan. And I once heard a wise man say, don't try to out-happy.
And that goes to Jehu's pappy.
Grandpappy.
Oh, my gosh, man.
The thing with this is once again, is Jim being Jim, wanted to pull the attention from his lackluster training, preparing his guys for the college football playoffs to, hey, I might be leaving. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And, he had a long call with the Denver Broncos. But I said it at the beginning. He's not going anywhere because the stuff that he does won't fly at the next level. I have seen a coach lose a team. I've seen a great coach when I was with the 49ers, Mike Singletary, in one team meeting, lose the entire team by his antics and by what he says. And that's exactly what Jim Harbaugh would have done. The best thing for him is to stay here and continue to be what he is, and continue to, not a matter of when, but it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when he's gonna revert back to himself and blow the game for his team.
Man, what do you think about that, Otis? I mean, he stays here in the Big Ten. What does this mean for the Big Ten? You look at next year's schedule for Michigan, okay? You bring this up. I mean, they open up with Eastern Carolina, UNLV, Bowling Green, Rutgers, at Nebraska, the new coach, at Minnesota, and Indiana before coming to East Lansing. What do you think about that early schedule for the Wolverines?
Bowling Green upset.
Bowling Green, huh?
Look, man. I don't care anymore, man. I honestly don't. We need to take care of our own house. And at this point, it's just like water under the bridge. Whatever he does, it's like it doesn't surprise us, right? So like now back to the original program as usual, but from the standpoint of it should be fuel to the fire, and that when he comes to town, it's time to get that beat down. So it's like that's all I'm worried about is how do we handle our offseason, and who cares about their schedule? Let's control our schedule and win the games we are supposed to win and get bowl eligible. We got a new, we got some long snappers coming in. We got a punter coming in. Like, we'll tell that news later down the road. But we got to take care of home. And Jim Harbaugh, hey, welcome back, I guess, but
right.
But it is what it is.
Too, like the funny thing about that game, Pete, could you put that schedule back up, please? So that October 21st at Michigan State, that's a weird, little thing because that's senior day for the Spartans as well, So there's going to be a lot of emotion that game. And coming from last year, the tunnel incident, that's going to be probably talked about all week long. And then that senior day emotion, that's the game right there to circle. If I'm a Michigan State fan or a Michigan fan, I know they're saying, those guys down the road, they're saying Ohio State's their rivals, but that Michigan State game in October, their senior day in East Lansing, that's one to circle.
Yeah, talking with some league NFL folks today. I asked about Blake Corum, that whole thing, him coming back, and they a lot of people in the NFL are surprised that he decided to come back because of his stature and the guy who's obviously taking some wear and tear. And his feeling was that he wants to perform well in the combine, and the fact that he couldn't do that wouldn't allow him to separate himself. But, you got to think about how many carries this guy has coming into that game by October 21st. We know what he was able to do this past season. I would be remiss if I thought that he was going to be able to pull that same kind of performance back up against the Spartans on October 21st. You got Donovan Edwards. Both of those guys are going to be trading spots and with J.J. McCarthy. But I was told that Michigan doubled down, did something to make it worth his while to come back, guys. So, that's getting into more discussions. We're going to talk NIL down the road, but he's going to be back. Harbaugh's back, whatever. We move on, turn the page down to Columbus. C.J. Stroud, he says, you know what? I'm gone, man. I'm going to the league. There was some talk about Ohio State finding a way to pony up NIL money to keep him in there for one more ride. But the NFL money was just too much for him to turn down, fellas.
How crazy is this now that kids are coming back to college because they're gonna make just as much money as they would in the
rookie year?
How crazy is that with NIL there? But like CJ Stroud, there's nothing more for him to prove in college. I don't think there's anything more for him to prove. I think he broke the mold as an Ohio State quarterback, because when you go back to even Troy Smith, those guys there at Ohio State, they were first read's not there, they're going to tuck it and run. Stroud he's a pro-style quarterback, and I think he's going to have great success at the next level because of that. He goes through his first read, second read, third read, check down. If this not there, he's going to run it. But he broke that mold a little bit in the playoff game, but when he ran a lot. But I think that just showed the dynamic to his game as well. But I think this kid's a great kid. He's going to be a terrific quarterback in the next level. I think he's not going to be a first-year starter. He shouldn't be a first-year starter. I think a team needs to, pick him, groom him for a year or two. I think Detroit should. Right now, Stroud's looking like the 5th player picked in the draft. I think Detroit, with all those picks, they should get him. They'll have their quarterback of the future, sit him behind Jared Goff, learn from that, learn how to be a pro. That's the toughest thing from a college kid going from college to the NFL. It's learning how to be a pro. And I think that will be a great guy to learn behind.
Of course, the Bills Mafia alone will say Detroit needs to draft C.J. Stroud as a backup. He honestly can play. How many quarterbacks and teams right now need a quarterback? This man could do way more better than
Otis, how hard? It's tough.
It's tough.
Yes, I get it. It's tough to just jump
tough.
to the next level and
Actually
play
tough.
right away. So you can't just say he can jump right in there and play. Does he have the physical ability? Yes. Does he have the tools? Yes. But the mental capacity, reading those defenses, those disguises and everything like that. You play defense. You understand what it's like to disguise coverage. So a kid can just go in first round without learning how to play.
So let's look at examples. Let's look at Trevor Lawrence. Goes straight to the league. Starts, right?
His first year was abysmal.
Oh, yeah. But wouldn't you rather live and die by getting that experience? I think for there's a lot of teams right now that could straight take him, start him. He would do probably better in productivity. He may not get the wins, but from the system he's running and the amount of knowledge he's had to play in high-level games, I think C.J. Stroud is prepared to play.
C.J. Stroud is not going there with Ohio State's Ryan Day's offense. He's going to learn a whole new offense.
Well, Jalen Hurts, they should have been able to play him right away. Look at him now. I just feel like
he sat for a year.
Yeah, he sat for a year, but I'm saying he could have did better than any quarterback just by his legs alone. You got a hybrid.
C.J. Stroud is not a runner.
He will be in the league because clearly.
Why would he just?
Everybody begged him to, right? There was a lot of begging. There was a lot of begging for him to run it, and he did it finally in his last game.
He had to. He has a good arm, consistent. He's accurate.
It's not like he's slow. He's
not
athletic. He just doesn't have the will to run. I don't know if it's business. It might be a business decision.
Right. I think he can.
Right, Stray.
Yeah.
He can play, man. He can play. Now, to your point, yeah, he'll be a backup, but I guarantee that number's going to be called midway half season. Like, look at how they messed up Purdy's analysis and draft status here, man. Like, now he's balling at the San
Francisco quarterback.
Yeah, like, I just feel like the amount of trust we put into these analysts and these people breaking down talent is just abysmal sometimes. Like,
okay, so you want to talk about Brock Purdy, right? He was selected as,
like he said, Brock Purdy.
He was Mr. Irrelevant. That means he was the last
pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was that like 242, 246?
So what does that tell you? The Niners were not desperate for a quarterback. So they say, hey, we're going to bring this guy in. He's a camp body. If he works out, great. If he doesn't, great. C.J. Stroud's going to be a top 5 pick. He's going to have to be their guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the Justin Fields 2.0. Steve
Justin
Smith
Fields sat for a year too.
Yeah, but he should have started. So like it's one of those.
As my grandpappy would say, if Aunt Sally had balls, she'd be Uncle Bill.
I think that's a choo-choo reference. Ain't no Pappy reference.
Your grandpappy said that.
Grandpappy didn't say no damn.
Yes, when you're saying
fact check Grandpappy's quote,
should
man.
be there.
Fact check
Other
that.
news, guys. Brian Hartline he's moved over to offensive coordinator down there in Columbus from the wide receiver spot. They're going to do all they can to keep Marvin Harrison Jr. in town, man. So losing C.J. Stroud does have an impact there. That's someone that's in the Eastern Division right now in the Big Ten, and that we have to look at because, obviously right now, the way things are set up, everyone, is that, the Big Ten championship goes through Ann Arbor and Columbus.
Well, I think from a standpoint, Brian Hartline, kudos to him for staying as long as he did, knowing that it is his alma mater. And, he's doing a great job in coaching those receivers. That receiving core, the past 5-6 years, even 7 years, have been one of the best receiving cores in the nation. He could have went elsewhere, like immediately.
Former player, did you say that? Is that what you said? He's a former player?
Former player, man. I told you about this.
Best in the nation.
Yeah, best in the nation.
Okay.
I like that reference. Vic. Say his name. Say his name. Say
Kevin Dickerson.
So when you think about, I talked about this story, man, when Pat Narduzzi. We played Ohio State. This is when Terrell Pryor, like we're ranked, they're ranked. This was 2008, so Choo-Choo was gone. We should have beat them when Choo-Choo was a senior at Ohio State. That should have been easily done. But Pat Narduzzi calls a Corvette Blitz. Corvette Blitz is boundary corner, is going straight to the quarterback to sack.
That's a cowboy.
Yeah, so they saw some previous film of me jumping the comeback, like reading the quarterback, I'm jumping the comeback, interception against Notre Dame, Jimmy Clausen. They did their work. I jumped the gun too fast, clearly, thinking it was going to be the same type deal.
Oh, they watched film on you?
Man, okie doke, boy. Brian Hartline hit me with the ooey, ooey, and the ooey fresh and pooty. Straight up hit me with the comeback go route, and I'm chasing and then jump ball. Like I'm jumped with him, but he snagged that boy. And then I feel like Brian Hartline has been crisp in his route running since he was a player, and it just transitions over to him coaching and delegating and teaching these guys how to run crisp routes, blocking, being a team player. And I think from a standpoint, is kudos to Ohio State, Ryan Day finally saying, hey, here's the keys. You call the plays. And you kind of want to question, did he call the plays at that last national CFP game with C.J. Stroud? Did he call the plays? And Ryan Day was just kind of sitting there to give him some opportunity. But Ohio State made some moves, and I think that's a great business move for Ryan Day in his future, but also for Brian Hartline to get him groomed to be a head coach.
So, question, a real quick question
for Vic for D-line coach. Go ahead.
I'm going to start GoFundMe.
Kyle said he's going to start a GoFundMe for that. Yeah.
Quick question for Hartline being moved there. You think I think he deserves to be the OC, but you think Ryan Day's like, there's a lot of pressure on me. The seat was getting a little warm. Let me delegate more. And do you think that's what, coaches need to do? Head coaches that call plays, they need to delegate more to their assistants?
I mean, I feel like we all can agree to this, and I'm not speaking for both of y'all, but I feel like if you are the boss, you're the head coach, you've done your part in getting to that top of the food chain. Mm-hmm. Your skill set now is to manage the enterprise, manage the program, let the guys you hired come in. I haven't been a coach at that level, but if you let guys that you vetted, hired to help drive the program, let them do what they're best at. If they fail, it is easy for you to say, yup, good riddance, get another person in here to do a better job. I feel like when coaches are wearing 1,000 hats, that's when stuff starts to get real, like, too much, man. And it's where you need to be at the top level, being able to manage. And like you said, you got a fall guy all the time.
Right.
Versus you.
So on that, I got a question for you guys. Then who do you think should pick the position coaches? Should you allow your coordinators to do that? Or should you, as the head coach, select all of the coaches that are playing, coaching underneath you?
Hands down, at the end of the day, the guy that goes to the podium and answer the questions is the head coach. He should be the one to make the suggestion to the defensive coordinator. He just say, "Hey,
I think hint, like
right, wink,
you make the right decision."
Yeah, no, I really think it should be the head coach. Because at the end of the day, that's his program, and he wants the people that he, wants in there, the people that he can gel with, the people that he can, relate to. Because within that, if that defensive coordinator leaves and goes for somewhere else, the head coach still has someone that he brought in on the staff.
Absolutely. I follow this all over the country. Obviously, guys, and you see our old coach down there now in Tuscaloosa, you see him selecting defensive position coaches. Then he goes out and finds a coordinator. Because coordinator, all those people there, they're still running Nick's defense. They changed their terminology. You see pro guys go and like Bill O'Brien, been a head coach in the NFL, collegiate level. He's the offensive coordinator there at Alabama. Did he bring his offense there? No. His terminology? No. He keeps their terminology and he adds his little spin to it, but they're running Nick's offense and defense down there. That's the way it should be. I mean, he's had some success, I think, as a
just
coach.
Just a little
bit. So, like,
just how many championships? Yeah, of course,
like 7 or something.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Saban, whatever you want me to do, I'll teach this, I'll do that for sure.
Man, look at this. Amen. Choo-choo. It's the head coach's head on the line if they don't produce and win. That's right.
Exactly. That's the guy that.
Let's talk about Coach D'Antonio and Pat Narduzzi's relationship, right? Like, we all know Coach D was a D coordinator for the national championship and the Ohio State Buckeyes. We know Pat Narduzzi was successful as well. But when you were at the head, Coach had suggestions. I remember being in rooms. He had suggestions. They always planned. But Coach also, I saw, the first year he was very heavily on the defense, knowing that in his mind, defense wins championships. So I need to spend more time with defense and training the defensive backs myself to be more productive, right? So year 2, you saw Coach D finally say, you know what? We had a great scheme. We got a great system in place. Now Narduzzi has the confidence. He has the trust with the players. Let him run that thing, and you see how he changed the tide of Spartan defense to where we were hard-nosed, blitzing defense, picks, fumbles. We were wreaking havoc on anybody that came in and who we played. But I saw Coach D spend time on the offense, spend more time with special teams. He was equally going across and being the delegator and the advisor across all the other coaches. I saw it happen now that I'm at 35 years of age. I saw the business sense of how Coach D managed and produced and provided the future stance that right now what our program is still standing on to this day.
Right, and that's a very good point, Otis, with Coach D there, because what it is it's the head coach's philosophy that really carries the program, and the players play off the coordinator's attitude. You guys played off Narduzzi's fearless, hair on fire attitude because that was him with Coach D's schemes. And, you said at the beginning he was heavily involved with the defensive side. Near the tail end of the season, his first year, my senior year, he started to peek in, to the running backs room. He started to ask, Javon and I, hey, what do you guys like this week? And I specifically remember that last game at home, that Penn State game, when we're going down there and there was something must have been called. And he said, bullshit, run the ball. And what happened? We ran the ball because at the end of the day, he's going to that podium to answer the questions.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, the coaches all have the headset on, and you see the head coaches walking around with their headset, and they got one game.
Oh, did we lose him?
Wait a second.
No,
Can you hear me?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
You're fine. We hear you.
Technical difficulty.
There is no technical difficulty. We hear you.
Well, I think what he was getting at was, you see head coaches and I remember hearing Coach D's like that jet motion that you would always see, the legendary jet motion. And like, why are we jet motioning in the boundary when you got Choo-Choo, when you got Javon Ringer? Why are we getting sexy? Why are we getting fancy? Just pound, green, pound.
Doing it?
Pound, green, pound, pound, green, pound.
That's it. But my point with the headset. Sorry about that, guys. I went off.
I stole your thunder. I already told you. I already said your whole point, baby. You feel me?
Oh, did you?
No, he didn't say it.
I did though. Let's go. Let's see if I said the point. Go ahead.
You were getting to it. You were getting.
Did you talk about the switch?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. So there's a switch, so you can hear offense and defense, and you can override.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I didn't say that, but I said he has override, and I told about a true example where I've heard Coach D like straight up, like no, it wasn't no Treadwell, no tread, no Pat, or Pat's cussing was like Pat, calm down.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Pipe down, Pat.
I've heard that the Little Giants play, the famous Little Giants play, that on the headset that you could overhear Coach Antonio talking about Little Giants like pretty much the whole second half. The defensive coaches would hear it.
Yeah, I
remember they had no idea.
You had to go and say, please, baby, please run that punt fake.
Let me tell you the thing about this. Because, like Coach D, this is something I loved about Coach D. He empowered the players. I would come up with, draw fakes, and obviously his defense would be better, and they could, spot it up and scout it up. But and then he would go back and forth that way there. But Coach D loved running fake punts. He loved running trickanery.
The mouse trap.
Yeah,
he had all kinds of stuff, man, which is awesome. But just this is something to think about. Talk about Coach D and how coaches should run their show and what's the most successful way. Talking about the portal, guys. Chase Carter chooses the University of Incarnate Word.
Yeah, word. And a war of the worlds. I'm playing with you straight.
Is this one of the 20? I think he was in the 2020 class, right? 2021.
Like this is one of
COVID.
Coach D, yeah. So I mean, I remember them saying like, "Wait, why are you leaving? Like you have opportunity to produce and develop and play your last year, but I'm just glad guys land because." The stat line of when guys hit the portal and don't land, it is crazy. It is a crazy high number where kids are no longer being able to play and continue their dream playing college football at this level. So, that's the ugly part of the portal that people don't really dive in and put a magnifying glass on is that when you hit that portal, that's basically saying you have resigned from your job. And you resign from your job without having another job locked up. Yeah. And the point with the new NCAA news that came out with the transfer portal is that no longer this is two-time transfer. So one-time transfer, I think you have some opportunities to go with these different, not excuses, but different parameters. Now the two-time transfer ain't no longer you could just transfer saying because I don't get playing time. You need to gut it out and grind it out because clearly, you probably thought you was going to play, but, we found out you ain't who you say you were.
This is outstanding because we talked about this a little bit.
Making your references.
The last show, Otis, you weren't there. You were in Chicago, stuck. So, but we did bring this up. But you literally, not figuratively, sleep with the NCAA nightly. So you tell us what this means.
Hey, bro, come on, man. Come on, bro.
So my thing for this, my thing for Mr. Carter here is I'm glad he didn't have that mindset of Power 5 or bust. So I'm glad that he took the opportunity that was there for him, to continue playing the game of football. And showcase his talent and see what happens.
Look at this stat right here. 12-2 last year, largest Catholic school. As an FCS school last year, they lost to North Dakota State in the playoffs. Who North Dakota State lost to South Dakota State in the championship. So that's a nice little.
Trevor Thompson.
Yeah, definitely.
People educate us.
Yeah, Trevor, I appreciate you. You.
Go on, Trevor.
You learn something every day. You're doing something wrong. I love that.
Absolutely.
Love it. Man, Ohio State transfer, long snapper comes in, Mason Arnold. That's another guy that has signed with Michigan State now.
What a great head of hair.
It's got a little Brian Lewerke-ish, doesn't it?
Oh, that's very good head of hair there.
Let's see how many times you're going
to. Coach.
Is that from California?
Yeah, I wish we had that. My Dougie. Look, we already know. We already know what Choo-Choo stance is on the kickers.
New year, baby. New year.
Right. New year, new you?
Oh, new year, new resolution, clean slate.
You like gets a clean slate.
And you like Jesus.
Choo-Choo actually said he felt sorry for the kicker last night. Who was at the which? Yeah,
the Cowboys kicker, Maha.
Cowboys. Yeah, you felt sorry for him.
It went from last night. It truly went from like funny, like oh my god, this guy, to
like it was a glitch in the system of his own internal mind. Like,
it went more to mental. As an athlete, I saw a man be broken on national TV.
It's like it's like golf game, right? Like
It's the yips.
It's
You got the
exactly
yips.
like the
It's the
golf game. You had a great hole on hole 7. You had
Right.
a great par 3. You get to that par 5.
Mhm.
That drive is like skeet, skeet, skeet. I gotta line up. I need to line it up. It's just your mind, man. You think like one little twitch. Oh man, it's crazy, man. Golly.
Hit the like button, Katrina. Tell them.
Oh man, look, we need to have a full-out rotation of all of our subscribers on. Like, come on live, come talk to us.
Do we have any more of these?
Yes, Kyle.
We give some out.
Listening.
Give some out to someone. We'll just do like a random, name in there.
We're gonna take that a choo-choo's budget.
Hey, that's what I asked. Do we have more of these? You can get a choo-choo merch.
Oh my god. Choo-choo merch. Oh man. Well, Stray has, I don't know if it's his mic or if it's headphones, but this is how we do. We lift each other up and we just continue the program as I just heard you, but then you cut out. But it's all good. Yeah. Okay.
We're good, baby.
Okay.
We're Gucci.
Good.
Yeah.
I think my mic fried out when it saw the choo-choo merch right there, man. Look, see, sizes and colors.
Everybody, put your size.
Put your size and colors.
Oh, he's talking about for the IHOP boys.
Yeah. IHOP's got your back. Hey, Kyle, I need pancakes on deck.
I was gonna swing by there the other day. I called Stray. I was driving by to go to the game. I looked right on the highway.
Which location? The Brighton one or the
yeah. So the Brighton. So that
pull
beautiful.
Over.
Yeah, that beautiful. I was gonna pull those pancakes. Be low.
Hey, everybody that's listening, hey, stop into IHOP out here in Brighton or Livonia. Those are the ones.
And on the west side of Michigan, in those locations. Yep.
Oh yeah, on the west side.
The west side too. So
good ass milkshakes too, boy.
Do
y'all dip your fries in milkshakes?
No, man, just the Frosties, bro. Wendy's Frosties, that's it. But no, I ain't doing that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
choo-choo T-bone.
You gotta get that T-bone. That T-bone hits different.
Oh man. Well, in the future of our program,
Doug is crazy.
We got a QB who has selected us in his top 3.
Davy Belfort. Hey, his daddy's one of those UFC fighters, man. Oh
yeah, man. Is that your boy? Is that your boy? Wait, go, wait, whoa, now. Hold on. Yeah. Go back. Is that
what are we talking about?
Wait.
Go to the next picture.
Is that your boy? I think that's your boy.
It's like him.
That's not him.
That is him.
That is him.
Exactly. That is him.
Hey man, look, go Pete, put it back up there again. We're gonna speak this into existence. Put it back up there again. Next one.
He's looking at the picture.
Hey,
Strayhorn.
That looks like a good combo. My man.
Great combo.
That looks like a championship duo right there. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It does. I love the way it looks.
Bro, he looked better in green and white than any of them other colors.
Hey, so Davy was originally a 25, class 25.
We're talking about that. We're talking about that number 75 that was in the picture.
I mean, I was telling you that they were in the same class, so they were really tight.
Then he reclassified.
And he classed up. Which is something that you're seeing now. Yeah, I mean, it's just different. You see kids in the younger grades holding back and players in high school classing up to go ahead and get that money. I don't know, man.
State of the Union. Everyone listening, subscribers, even on all our social clips, if you got the bread, if you got the green almighty dollar, holler at us. We need to figure out ways to make sure we bring in all the funding and all the financial resources to get the Strayhorn brothers the bags, but also our future guys to win championships. It just
and
is
our current guys, our current players.
It just is what it is, man. It's the state of football. Like, it's no way good guys. It's like all the good guys take the great, beautiful women home. No, good guys ain't gonna last now. And it's like you gotta truly be competitive. I was one of those guys, old school, like, hey, you need to come on and, stay true to who you are. But, like, it is what it is, man. Like, you got to ask for the bread and you got to be able to take care of family. But we got to be competitive if you want Mel and you want the staff to win on the field and win in recruiting. It just is what it is. And it's like you're watching this. If you got it, grab your friends, grab your cousin, Uncle Poo Poo.
Uncle Pookie.
Uncle Pookie. I said Poo Poo. Uncle Theodore, which is my grandfather's name.
Mama and them.
Mama and them.
Mama and them.
All your friends and family, man. You got to come to the table and work on with us, man. So, Davi's a good talent, man. He is a guy who he can be a future program quarterback. Like
definitely had a chance to speak with him while he was on campus back in the summer, guys. I mean, this is a guy who has it together upstairs more than I've ever seen for a kid his age, really, to be honest with you. You got a father, Vitor Belfort, who's a UFC fighter. They wake up every morning at like 4:30. Like, it's not a joke. They're doing yoga, they're working out, they're doing boxing routines, all kinds of like body holding themselves up, core work. Like, which is incredible, man. But his mental approach to the game, when I saw him working with Jay Johnson and studying film, I think that this is a kid that takes the game extremely serious, that we're going to have here for a long time. They could be productive if he so chooses to come to Michigan State. We made the top 3. I think there's Virginia Tech and Texas A&M. You don't want to go to Texas A&M, right. I'm just saying. But, we'd like to have him on the show maybe if we could do that, get him on and just pick his brain from a recruiting standpoint. We can do that. That's right. I mean, we can do things that
we're not gonna muddy the waters. We're not gonna try to get you over here, but we also gonna just
we want to build
shed some light. Shed some light into this recruiting trail, man. This competitive nature of like, what do we have to do better? Like, that's all we ask, man. And we're gonna be working on some things behind the scenes, but yeah, we're gonna get it right, get it tight, especially with our guy Kyle and IHOP, but we got some things cooking, man. So hopefully we'll get it right for our guys. So I saw Steve call me. We'll talk about
we got NIL deals going on during our show. See, that's what we do here.
Pull up on me.
NIL deals get closed on the show. Who else does that?
That's money right there. That's money right there.
Choo Choo works for someone that we need to go ahead and get some handling now. I mean, I'm just trying to say.
Hey, guys, before we wrap this up, because we got deals to make happen. Junior Day was here. It was an awesome day. A lot of kids on campus. David Stone on campus meeting with, the defensive, staff. What I hear is that it's looking very positive, but everybody's in a wait and see mode right now to see what happens with the defensive line coaching position. So, guys, I hear a lot of chatter about this. I'm getting a lot of calls from a lot of current players, former players, coaches. There's like one good decision here for what we consider to be the state of what our defensive room is looking like today. So we're hopeful that the powers that be, whoever they are, can make the right decision here. This is something that's not, in my mind, a very difficult thing. It's not a political thing. You got a guy who's very qualified, been here, Spartan Dog, 10 plus years in the league, and coached here for the last 4 years as an analyst. Hey, man, what do you guys think? I think it's time.
I absolutely think it's time. And, I will say his name, Coach Kevin Vickerson needs to be the guy. And this decision has to be done sooner rather than later. We got guys like a guy like Stone who's waiting to see. We got maybe some other recruits out there that's
5-star now
in a holding pattern. Wait to see who it is. So that's why this decision has to be done. So that it shows there's stability in the program. We're moving in the right direction. We're ready to work. So this decision has to be made sooner rather than later.
Listen, Vic's a guy that's going to give his all, man. He loves this game. There's no doubt about that. There's no shadow of a doubt that he loves this game. He also has played this game at the highest level. These kids are coming in here and want to immediately know how to get to the next level. And when you have someone in that role, automatic respect. Like it doesn't like you don't even got to show it. 10 plus years, that's respectable. Immediately known factor. Families, kids coming in here, I'm gonna learn from the best. Coach, I'm also gonna learn from the best pass rusher when it comes to skill set and development. And Coach Jordan, those two combined is like we talk about Captain Planet. Like those two combined are going to change the trajectory of what we already had, but like going to take it to the next level. It's like, why look any elsewhere? Like, why look further? Why look further? Like, let's give this man the keys. Let him do what he does best. He also has strong ties to you know what city, Detroit, baby. And you already know that whole east side of the state. We're trying to win that battle against the team down the road and Ohio State, who comes in and gets top players and other universities. He owns that city. He owns that side. He has the strong ties with coaches and the respect factor. That's all you need is the respect factor alone. And he's going to give all that he can to demand the utmost respect, but also the utmost effort from our guys. Because you know what it takes. Like when you look at the prime and coach the Buffalo staff or Colorado Buffalo staff, like all those guys have coached at multiple places, right? But they have the game experience more so than the coaching experience. And I think from his standpoint, give that man a shot, give him a chance and see what he does. And I guarantee you would not go wrong with putting that man as the head defensive line coach.
He's going to have those boys ready to hunt. He will.
Oh, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
You got to talk to the D-line. We know it. Deion came out with some statement the other day and said that with offensive linemen, I needed to have two parents because they got to be able to listen to men. He said, but the defensive lineman, I don't mind if they have a single mom because they're going to do everything they can to get her out of her situation, whatever that situation is. And that's a unique psychological approach if you think about it, guys, because we know the difference between position groups and personality traits. It's a real thing. And you can't fit a square peg into a round hole. Sometimes you got to make sure, most of the time, you want things to work, you need a round peg in a round hole, and that's what this is with Kevin Vickerson. So we are all in. I saw a lot of people just posting on our show here saying they want to do Twitter pages and all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people all in. We need a Twitter campaign for Coach Vic. I'm down for it. See that? Trina Johnson. I mean, there's a lot of support out there for him. And in seeing him yesterday, you could tell he really appreciates it. He was, emotional a little bit because he knows it's bigger than him. He really
wants it. He
believes in this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
hey, listen. This gonna be what you say, Jay, when I scratch my head, man.
Oh boy.
Listen, man. They gotta make the right decision on this one, bro. Like this is one of those, man, like the dogs are answered. They barked loud and proud. And in order to be able to say, hey, this is a program win, like just
I haven't heard them bark like this since Alan Haller, man. And that was a big one. But this one, I think, is even more intense because
this is us. This is us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is close to us because we were all in the locker room. We bled, we sweat.
Bro, we was with Vic, bro. Like I remember, man, Vic is going. Man, I just remember John L. Smith, man. Like, bro, like he demands respect. Like, first of all, you go like to your point, Choo-Choo, you got to embrace the hug and like just prepare yourself for battle when you get that straight. Spartan dog, hand quick one, hand up. But when you get pulled in, bro, you got to be able to brace yourself.
Yeah.
And he lives his life that way, man. Like he is aggressive. He is a presence. But like I said, those guys are going to go through the wall, multiple brick walls for him. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like this is the right move, man. And he can go to anybody's house in any situation, any city, any urban, suburban, whatever, go in there and say, hey, I'm going to take care of your son. And he's going to mean that with every fiber of his being a Spartan dog in him. He's going to take care of your son. And so I'm praying for him, man, and put the prayers at the big man. But we definitely need Vic to be in this spot, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, nothing more needs to be said. You know, let me give a shout out to old Darren Tatum. Saw Dylan's father today over at Mission Barbecue, you know, picking up a little something for the daughter, right?
Money one, let me do something for me.
Great dude, man. Great young man. I told him how we feel about, everybody feels about Dylan, man. But hey, he's got a lot of football ahead of him. A lot of great things.
Hey, man, I look, Dylan could be our starting safety. Like the way he's molded, like I feel an Otis Wiley presence on me. I feel
Otis Wiley.
I feel it in my bones.
Oh, man.
Can he dance as good as Otis, though?
Hey, man, listen, hey, they call me one. Hey, I'm one of them 5 heartbeats, baby. You feel me? They come to see Otis now. Don't get it twisted.
They coming. No, man. Hey, great show, guys. You know, before we get out of here, I want everybody to know, like, look, continue to watch. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like buttons. Do that. That helps us help you. And we're going to bring you some more heat coming this Thursday, coming up at 8:00 p.m. For Otis Wiley and Jehuu Caulcrick, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta. Have a good night. God bless, and go green.
Go white.
Right.
This is Sparta MSU as a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Pete Menez with additional support from Tony Costella. Operations and social media support is provided by Alicia Strayhorn with support from Cecily Max Brown. On-location technical support is provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our hosts Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest, this is Sparta News. Please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.